Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how do we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started. It's the e-commerce minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart, Mroz, and John Suder. The e-commerce minute is a production of SUMO Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's e-commerce minute episode 640.
In today's episode, SmallDoor is a pet care subscription service.
I think we can all agree that pet subscription services are the fastest growing branch of the subscription industry. Spending in the pet category alone has increased nearly 450% since 1994. But for now, we're here to talk about a slightly different subscription service that specializes in pet care. SmallDoor is a veterinary services membership startup that recently announced the grand opening of its New York City location at 15 7th Avenue. The vet startup first came onto the scene in April of 2019 with a $3.5 million seed round led by L'Erreur Hippo Ventures with participation from Primary Venture Partners and Brand Foundry Ventures. The company is taking a fresh approach to veterinary services by offering a membership program, which is similar to One Medical. For those of you who don't know, One Medical is a company that charges a $200 annual fee and offers same or next day appointments with doctors or other healthcare professionals that users can book online. That is very hard to say. For SmallDoor, different membership tiers get users access to different features. For dogs, the base tier, which is $12 a month, offers same or next day appointments, priority access to specialists, and 24/7 virtual care. And the premium tier, $89 a month, offers everything in the premium package alongside a 12-month supply of both flea and tick preventative treatment, as well as 12-month supply of heartworm preventative treatment. They even have cat plans that range from $8 a month to $74 a month with similar offerings. One of the most pressing issues with vet services is that the veterinary practice offices are often overworked and underpaid. This can translate to long waits for patients, short visits, and a low quality of professional life for veterinarians themselves. Through a membership model, SmallDoor believes it could give vets more time with their pet patients and decrease wait times considerably for patients and their owners. SmallDoor was set up as a public benefit corporation, identifying SmallDoor vets and pets as key stakeholders in the business.
It's cute.
As a pet owner, I think this is pretty good. I think the pricing is right in line because even like human doctors and pet doctors, they're overcrowded. You wait too long.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when you have a pet, if you're sitting in a waiting room with a pet for an hour, that pet is not in the best, happiest place.
Yeah, I mean, I've been subscriber to One Medical for a very long time.
Yes, I see. So tell us about your experience with One Medical.
It is so good. I think it was, so they don't have one in Philly. So unfortunately, I only could do it in New York. But when an appointment is at 10 o'clock, it's at 10 o'clock. You walk in, you don't even sit down half the time. They're like, here you go, doctor, see you now. And it's like they have the labs right there. You don't have to go anywhere. So like when I got my checkups, you get blood work, you do all that stuff. It's right there, done. And it's like the doctor sees you. It's not, he's not rushing. It's all about you.
I see, and I like that because for someone who, obviously the story relates to pets, but we're bringing it back to the human side of it, in that someone who may have white coat syndrome, meaning you don't like to go to the doctor, that's perfect because with 10 o'clock means 10 o'clock. You don't have a half hour to sit in the waiting room and go, oh my God, is it lupus? Is it lupus, Jerry? Is it lupus?
Yes.
You don't have that whole thing going through your head. And bringing it back to the SmallDoor thing is that your pet is not sitting there for an hour freaking the hell out wondering why they're sitting with all these other animals.
And usually in a cage because you got to bring that way.
Pets identify by smell, so they're just sitting there going, what is going on here? I smell death. I smell other pets. I smell all kinds of things. So I think this is great for pets. Pretty awesome. And Britt has a photo from one of the SmallDoor offices. It's very welcoming. It's white and got beech wood and places and nooks for the pets to kind of hide and from the owners to not see each other, because I think that's part of it where, when you're sitting in a waiting room like that and these animals are just kind of staring each other down. And if you can have like a little privacy with you and your pet, I think that's real important because doggy stress is real, man.
Yeah. And cats, when they hear dogs barking, don't really love it. They don't love it.
No. Yeah. It also stresses you out, right? If your dog is stressed out, you're going to be stressed out.
Of course. It's like you're sitting there. It's like...
There's nothing you could do.
There's nothing you can do. You're like, it's okay. And they're like, what? What? So we've done a lot of reports on the pet care business. Britt has a list here of some pet companies that took aim at existing pet care rivals. Wag took on traditional dog walkers. Chewy challenged pet retail giants. The Farmer's Dog and others took on the kibble kingpins. I love that. And in other cases, pet startups invented new products that pet owners didn't even know they needed. And some merely mimic trendy products made for humans. Cases in point. Embark makes doggy DNA test kits, in case you're wondering where your mutt is from. Fitbark makes fitness wearables for dogs. That's like stick a GoPro on his head. Bond Pets is developing lab-grown pet food. Honest Pets, among others, created CBD oil. Yes, CBD oil for dogs. That's a real thing. And actually, I know a few people that give their dogs CBD, and their dogs are now chill dogs. So stuff works. All right,
John.
Me. I have a CBD oil suit. It's just a full suit of CBDs. When I leave the house, I just put that on. Stat time. In the past 3 decades, the business of pet pampering has exploded. The number of households with pets has increased by 11 percentage points since 1988, but spending on pets has increased by nearly 450% since 1994. That's according to Morning Brew. Since its soft launch, 55% of SmallDoor customers are millennials and 70% of customers are women, according to founder Josh Gutman. Investors pumped in $519 million in pet tech startups in just the first 7 months of 2018. That's Morning Brew. And finally, the market size of the pet grooming and boarding industry in the U.S. has grown 4.3% per year on average between 2015 and 2020. That's according to IBIS. All right, that's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at SUMO Heavy.